Hey everyone, it's Dr. Scott, and it is Tuesday of week 6. So I want to talk a little bit about what's happening in week 6, what's happening this evening, and then I want to talk more about what's happening in week 7, and then after spring break, where's the class going after the break. So in week 6, just a couple of reminders. We are reading a published study in the discipline, and we're thinking a little bit about how that study speaks to what we've learned so far about research methods in composition and rhetoric. So thinking about Blakesley and Fleischer, what we've learned so far about asking research questions, conducting or finding sites to conduct research, thinking about some of the logistics that go into conducting research, permissions and things like that, human subjects research, and making sure that our participants are informed of their rights, and make sure that we make ethical decisions about the folks that we include in our studies. What does all that have to say about the study that we're going to take a look at? There's 2 ways to contribute to that conversation. One, there'll be a Teams meeting Tuesday of week 6, so later tonight. You can participate there, talk about how that article speaks to what we've learned so far in the class, or there'll be a link up on Perusal, and you can do that by the end of this week. So you got 1 or 2 options of how you can contribute to that conversation. I also want to talk a little bit about what's going on in week 7. So in week 7, you are turning in your midterm project. That's the big to-do for week 7. That midterm project, I'd like to chat with you all either over spring break or the week after spring break to kind of touch base and give you some feedback about how you did on that midterm project, and also think about what does this have to say about where you're going with this potential research project. So a few things that you need to do. 1, turn in the midterm project. If that due date is a struggle for you, I want you to reach out to me and let me know. I don't want you to stress out about it. We will figure something out. So get that midterm project in. So that's the main thing. A few smaller things beyond that. 1, I'd like to, again, meet with everybody to talk about that midterm project. So I'd like everybody to email me by the end of week 7, just letting me know when are some times that you can meet with me to talk about your midterm. So there'll be some information in the week 7 folder, but I'd like everybody to email me by the end of week 7. I'd also like your feedback about the course, like how the class is going. So there's a link in the week 7 folder to a quick survey. Take that quick survey, let me know how the class is going. I routinely make changes to a class based on the feedback that I receive from students. It doesn't make much sense to ask you at the end how things went when we could fix things earlier. So I appreciate your feedback, and I'll be reading it. I would also like your feedback on the final assignment prompt. So the final project prompt, there's a Perusal link in the week 7 folder. Share a few comments about that final project. Let me know if you have any questions. I really appreciate your feedback on the midterm project prompt, and I use that feedback to change that prompt and make things, I think, a little bit clearer. So do the same for the final project prompt. So those few minor things, but the big thing, again, midterm project, that's what's happening in week 7. After week 7, we start getting into actual methods in the discipline. You'll learn a little bit about how we do survey design in rhetoric and composition studies. You'll learn a lot more about qualitative research. We tend to use a lot more qualitative research than we use quantitative research. I kind of geek out around numbers, and so you'll see me with Excel spreadsheets and whatnot. I'll try to tamp down my enthusiasm about that stuff just a little bit, but I think it's helpful, especially for folks that run composition programs, to have some kind of statistical literacy to be able to talk about pass rates and things like that. So we use some numbers in the discipline, and that might be a little bit of our conversation after break. So survey design, qualitative research, content analysis, textual analysis. We'll start getting into the actual methods that we use in the discipline. And that's going to be after break. Again, it's Tuesday of week 6, end of week 7. That's when the midterm project is due. Some of y'all might be feeling a little bit of a crunch, and if you are stressed out and you're feeling a little overwhelmed, I just want to encourage you to check in with me. Let me know how things are going. Let me know what I can do to help. Sometimes just kind of chatting about where you're at with somebody can help. So do that. Take advantage of that. So there's just a few reminders for week 6 and a little bit of information about what's happening in week 7, and then what's happening in the second half of the class where we start getting into some of the research methods. Thank you all for your time. I'll see some of you on the call tonight. to talk about that reading and apply it to Blakeslee and Fleischer, and I will chat with other folks on perusal. That's it for now. Bye.